Number 1, what is the equation in vertex form of the graph shown right? So when looking at the graph over here, I can see that the vertex is at 2, 0. It opens up, and from the vertex I go right 1, up 1. That means there's no stretch. I don't move up or down at all. So when you write it in vertex form, you put the stretch, if there is one, out front. There is no stretch, and it's opening up, so it's going to be a positive. Inside the parentheses, I'm going to put my horizontal movement. I went 2 to the right, and we always do the opposite. So in here, I'm going to have x minus 2 squared. Because I didn't move up or down at all, there is no vertical movement. Some of y'all on the quiz put +0, but that's not necessary. So this is the equation in vertex form. When they ask you for the equation in standard form, you have to get rid of the parentheses and the one above. So you're going to have y equals x minus 2 times x minus 2. And there are 2 ways you can do this. You can FOIL this, like you used to in Algebra 1, or you can use the shortcut. Anytime you square 2 terms, there's a rule, and the rule says that you square the first term, and you square the last term, and to get the middle number, you multiply these 2 together, and then you double it. So x times negative 2 would be negative 2x, and negative 2x doubled is negative 4x. If you wanted to FOIL, you'll get the same answer. X times x gives me x squared. X times negative 2 is negative 2x. Negative 2 times x is another negative 2x. And negative 2 times negative 2 is a positive 4. When we combine like terms, we still have x squared. Negative 2 and negative 2 is negative 4x. And then we bring down our plus 4. This is your equation in standard form. Number 3 wants me to find the vertex of the quadratic x squared minus 12x, and we're going to use the formula, the opposite of b over 2 times a. So a is equal to 1. It's always the number in front of the x squared, and b is equal to negative 12. So to find the x coordinate, I'm going to take the opposite of negative 12, which is positive 12, and divide it by 2 times a, and a is 1. 12 divided by 2 is going to give me a positive 6. And that's how you get your x value. To get your y value, you take the answer that we just got, 6, and we're going to plug it into both of these x spots. So y equals 6 squared minus 12 times 6. Well, 6 squared is 36. 12 times 6 is 72. And 36 take away 72 is negative 36. So my vertex is 6, negative 36. On number 4, they want the equation for the axis of symmetry. It's the exact same formula that we used above. So again, my a is the number in front of x squared, which is 1. My b is the number in front of x, which is 8. So the formula says take the opposite of b, so negative 8, divided by 2 times a. So we're going to have negative 8 divided by 2, which is negative 4. Since I want the axis of symmetry, this is all I need. X equals negative 4. Number 5, for the given functions f and g, find the requested composite function value. And they want me to find f composite g of 4. So when it's written in this order, it means f of g of 4. And you always do the inside first. So the inside tells me to go to the function that starts with a g and plug in a 4 first. So g of 4 equals 11. In place of the x, I put the 4. 11 times 4 equals 44. Now I'm going to take the answer I just got here, and I'm going to plug it into the outside function, into the f. So f of 44 equals the square root of, in place of the x right here, I'm going to put 44. And notice that 5 is underneath the square root. And 44 plus 5 is 49, and the square root of 49 is 7. And that's our answer. Number 6, they want me to do the same thing, but this time they want me to plug in 2. And it's going to be in the same order. So again, I'm going to start with the g, and I'm going to plug in my 2. So I get 3 parentheses 2 squared plus 1. Okay, order of operations says we're going to square first. So we get 3 times 4 plus 1. Now we're going to multiply and get 3 times 4 is 12. And 12 plus 1 is 13. Now I'm going to take the answer 13 and I'm going to plug it in for f. So f of 13. And it says we're going to do 13 times x, which is, sorry, it says we're going to do 3 times x, which is 13, plus 2. So 3 times 13 is 39, plus 2 is 41. Number 7 is going to work almost the same, except I'm plugging in an x instead of a number. So f of g of x. G of x equals 2x minus 1. And now I'm going to take this answer I just got and plug it right in here. So f of 2x minus 1 equals 5 parentheses, 2x minus 1. All of this went in place of that 1x plus 3. We're going to distribute and get 10x minus 5 plus 3. Don't forget to bring that 3 down and combine like terms, so we get 10x minus 2. Number 8, again, is going to work the same way. I'm going to be plugging in x into the g function first. So g of x is going to equal 2x minus 1. Now I'm going to take this whole equation and I'm going to plug it in right up here on top for that x. So we've got 2x minus 1. All of this goes in place of that 1x plus 1 all over 2. On top, if I combine like terms right here, these two 1s are going to cancel. We get 2x over 2. Now the 2's cancel and the whole thing equals x. Number 9, is this function 1 to 1? A function is 1 to 1 if the x's and y's don't repeat. So negative 11, negative 9, negative 5. It's a function. 17, negative 9, and negative 16. So it's not just a function now, it's also a 1 to 1 function. So yes, it's 1 to 1. And then it says if it is 1 to 1, find the inverse. To find the inverse, we just flip the order of the x's and the y's. So instead of having negative 11, 17, I'm going to have 17, negative 11. Negative 9, negative 9. When I flip it, it stays negative 9, negative 9. Negative 5, negative 16 is going to change to negative 16, negative 5. The last problem wanted me to find the inverse. To find the inverse, our first step is to change the f of x to y equals. Step 2 is to switch your x's and y's. Then we're going to solve for y. I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides. And I'm going to get x minus 5 equals 3y. That says 3 times y. So to get y by itself, we're going to divide. So I have x minus 5 over 3, or 1/3 x minus 5. And don't forget to put your fancy inverse sign. So either one of those equations would be correct. All right, so I hope that helps you get through your quiz, and I hope I answered any questions that you might have.